Welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King Kansas, here to bring you another movie review. As you guys can tell, it's the month of October, and this is the month that the King decides to tackle new movies, in a sense to me, that I haven't seen before. Even if they're like a decade old or whatever, the King is going to watch it, and then I'm going to bring a review because some of these movies are hidden gems, guys, and you know what? Could be enjoyable, and maybe it's something you guys haven't seen either, and because of me, you get a chance to check it out for yourselves. But like always, guys, like with all these reviews, check the movies out first. Do not watch any further past this point of the video because I'm going to spoil them, because that's how I'm going to do my movie reviews. I'm not going to do non-spoiler and shit because there's no point. You can easily read an easy synopsis of the film and you can kind of get an idea of what the movie is about without things ruining for you. So what's the point of me repeating it or giving you my version? It's like a broken record over and over. I'm going to do my review. Go check this movie out for yourself, then come back here and you can hear my thoughts on the film and see if I actually liked it, hated it, and if I recommend it for you guys to check it out after all, right? So you can come in the comment section and let her and do that. So anyways, it's Halloween almost. I call it Halloween month. It's October, okay? Things are kicking off well for the Movie Throne, season 4. A lot of videos coming your way. I don't know if it's going to be like that consistently, but there'll be videos every single week, whether it's 2 or 5 a week. I don't know. I don't want to get burned out. Depends on how busy I am and what other projects I'm doing on the side. But anyways, okay, blabbed long enough. I'm here to do a movie review on And Soon the Darkness. It stars Amber Moon, Karl Urban, Odette Yustman. I think she played in Cloverfield, if I'm not mistaken. Michel Noher, I think he's Mexican guy, so pardon me, he plays a thug and kidnapper in this. And Cesar Vianco, he plays the cop slash creep douchebag. Let's just say that, okay? Movie is from 2010, believe it or not. So almost 11 years ago. The runtime is about 91 minutes officially. It's about an hour and 27 minutes, guys, because, they include the end credits too. It's rated 18A. It's classified as a suspense horror, and it's directed by Marcos Efron, and it was released by Lionsgate back in the day. From what I did, a little research, and that's what I'm telling you. So that's basically the gist of that stuff, guys. Stuff that's on paper. So my thoughts of the film. It was good. I really enjoyed it, Yes, I know. I can see all you guys, Amber Heard, you guys are on the hate wagon, and I don't give a shit, guys. Like I told you guys, there's always two sides to the story on that side, so I'm just leaving it. If you don't want to watch the video, go ahead. I really don't care, but I'm going to tell you what I saw and what I liked about the film or disliked about the film. Like the film, it starts off as your typical two girls in a foreign country getting into trouble, having fun by themselves, which is always a no-no, and they're pretty looking girls too, okay? It's not like they're ugly or whatever you guys classify. They're attractive, and that makes it very dangerous for them. I believe they're in some town in Mexico on the border of Peru, if I'm not mistaken. And they go to this town, like thinking, they're going to have fun. It's the last day before the trip headed back out and all this shit. And they're noticing usual clue number 1, and that's my ass is like, get out of there. Missing girls posters on the damn walls and shit, right? And you got people quiet, give them the stares and stuff like that. And then there's the usual creeps here and there, especially the one guy that they end up meeting. They end up staying at this hotel, and I'm like, people looking fun of them because they are white, so they stand out as it is, right? So yeah. So anyways, they kind of go to a bar. Apparently Amber Heard's character might have broken up with her boyfriend who cheated on her, and they end up going on this trip to kind of get away from things, and her friend's kind of like a little bit of a floozy. She's a flirt. She likes, hitting on guys here and there, and Amber Heard's the total opposite. She's kind of to herself, reserved and shit. But of course, 2 peas in a pod equals trouble. Anyways, so they meet this guy at the bar, a local, and he just creepy looking. He's really staring at them, right? And for me, right away, the King knows something's up, okay, with this guy. I don't like him at all. He's a scumbag in my books. And you also come across later on, what's his name? Karl Urban's character. He comes in there, and you're kind of wondering, he's like, this guy maybe behind the shit that's going on? Like, what's going on? Something's weird vibes here, right? And everybody's even looking at him. Even this creep is looking at him like, maybe I should stay away. Anyways, so they end up, what do you call it? Her friend and this creep end up kind of hooking up a little bit, and I think he's making too much of advances towards her and kind of attacks her, and then that kind of pulls her aside and saves her in the hotel room there. And this guy ends up getting confronted by Karl Urban's character. And then he kind of books it after because Karl Urban does a couple of things there. And he's like, what the hell? What's going on here, man? I'm losing my mind. But anyways, so you're kind of wondering now, why is he all of a sudden protective of these two girls that he just literally met seconds ago? And this creep is lurking around. He's really forceful and shit. Like, what's he up to? So anyways, they kind of brush it off. The guy's or whatever, a douchebag. And then the town lady who's in charge of the hotel, the Amber Heard shows her, a flyer that they want to go to this place. She goes, no, just go to the falls. It's safer, all that crap. So they decide, okay, you know what? They missed the bus because of her friend was an alcoholic and hangover. Let's just say that. So they missed it. So they end up staying an extra day. So they're like, all right, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the falls. Let's get a tan. So they do. And like in typical horror fashion, the two good friends are in the middle of nowhere by themselves in a foreign country and shit goes down. They have a little argument, and she does the biggest no-no. She leaves her friend, even being pissed off like a yahoo, by herself, and then she's trying to call her on the phone and shit, no answer. And then, of course, that creep that was around is the guy who comes back, and he ends up taking her hostage because apparently he's into the sex trafficking trade, that scumbag. So all the local girls that were missing and anybody else gone missing, they basically take them to the Peruvian border, sell them off, and they use them for whatever purposes, which is pretty fucking sad, pardon my language. And, they usually don't go after Americans, but I guess this time, for some reason, that'll be easy bait, and that's when shit goes down. So then Amber Heard decides to call the cops. You got Karl Urban's character trying to help a little bit, and you're kind of like, are you following me kind of thing? He's like following her all over the place, and I don't know what the hell he's up to. I'm thinking, something's up with this dude. Why is he following so much and he's so like right up front with her, right? You find out later why he's doing what he's doing, but she calls the cops, and I knew it when I seen this scumbag police officer, and he was like, hair kind of like slicked back, all nonchalant. Yeah, do you really want to write a report? Okay, you can come back to the station. We'll write a report. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's in on it. Why is he not looking for this girl like you should? And who's there, basically? He was trying to find every excuse in the book, guys. Let's just say that, okay? So then he's confronted by Karl Urban's character, and those two have kind of sort of passed, but we don't really find out till later. Because once again, Amber, as much as she ends up taking the hotel guy's car and follow this guy on the motorcycle to see where the hell he goes. And he's literally goes in the middle of nowhere. It looked like a town that got burnt by a fire or some sort of natural disaster happened. It looked like a ghost yard, let's just say that. And she ends up going there, and then who's there? Karl Urban. Surprise, I'm here. He kind of confronts her, and she thinks that maybe she had something to do with her friend's disappearance because she finds a bracelet in his bag when she went back in the hotel previously, and he kind of shows her a picture, and basically he lost his girlfriend that was there helping on a mission there, and that's why he's there, and that's why he wanted to keep her safe and, stay with your friends, and he was trying to warn them and shit. So now they decide to work together. So they end up doing so. They go their own separate ways. And this is like the last 15 minutes. It's where it go, 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 go. The ending was kind of but anyways, we'll get to that. So she ends up going her own path. And who does she find? She finds the guy's bike there. She goes inside. She finds her friend on the mattress. They're all tied up and beaten up. And she looked rough, okay, guys? Like, she's really had a number done to her. And she finds this guy. There's a little mini scuffle, whatever, and they end up escaping, booking it. He chases her. He gets whacked. And, of course, they're running towards, I guess, a pathway. And who comes? The cops come in for some reason. It's amazing how he shows up. Maybe because I knew they had cahoots because he was talking to somebody. So they're running with a friend. This is the stupidest part, okay? You went through all that hassle, guys, to run. And her friend gets pushed by this little scumbag that kidnapped her. She ends up hitting her head, and she ends up dying. And I'm like, are you serious? You just try to rescue her. And then Karl Urban's there, too. He was in the truck, I guess. He got picked up by this cop and said, what are you doing here kind of shit, right? Trust me, everything is getting unwound here. So, anyways, there's a scene that the friend's there. The cop ends up bullshitting, basically, making it look like this guy's the bad guy. He's gonna do something. He ends up pulling a gun on the douchebag who kidnapped the her best friend, and they're all there. He tells the girl, "Get in the car for your own safety." To Amber Heard, she has to get up, but she ends up getting locked up because she can't get out of the cop car. And then Mr. Karl Urban's outside confronting. He pulls a gun. He goes, "No, where is his girlfriend?" And he goes, "Listen, we got to make a trade. If you want to see her alive, Amber's switch places. Basically, I want Amber, and I'll give you your girlfriend there." And he's like, so he ends up turning around, which is another douchebag move. The cop has another gun, and he ends up shooting him in the back. Done. And I'm like, is he gonna pop back up? No, he's dead, down on the back there. So that's another guy dead. You don't even know what happens to him. So then Amber ends up taking whatever, and this cop, out of a uniform now, says, "Listen, we're gonna take you to the thing." He kind of explains what's gonna happen to her. He's gonna sell her off to the guy over the river, and holy shit, she fights tooth and nail, man. She's on the boat, she's diving off the boat, cutting here and there, and then she ends up getting caught on the shore of where this guy's waiting basically to pick her up and purchase her. And he's like, I don't know, she seems like trouble. So she ends up kneeing the guy in the balls. She runs. The other guy goes with a shotgun, and then literally she ends up going to a boating dock, whatever, fishing dock there with guy. She ends up waking up someone asking for help. That guy gets shot right in the head. Done. And of course, typical fashion, he's going around, looking around, trying to find her. She has a knife and shit. She ends up knifing him. He loses the gun, and then she ends up getting shot. Done. And then how it ends, that to me was like just all that buildup for nothing. It was not even a major buildup. It was like, okay, we're gonna end the movie this way. Good enough, So, anyways, I'm judging it harshly, guys. It wasn't that bad, but I was expecting more with the finale, right? The last act of the movie. She ends up crawling or walking back into the pathway, and then the other military from Peru picks her up, and that's how the movie ends. And I'm like, that's it. And yeah, it was quick, simple. It had good flow to it. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like it was a bad movie. It was just an hour and 25 minutes was good enough, but a lot happened the last 15, 20 minutes. I wasn't bored once. I'll tell you guys right now. Okay. But yeah, no, whatever actors were in there, I wanted more Karl Urban in the film, which I didn't get, but he was there as a sub character. It was basically Amber Heard's and Odette Yisman's character were the two main ones that we had to focus on, and then she ends up disappearing, and she ends up dying hitting a rock there, which is kind of lame in my books, but I've seen much worse. Overall, it was okay film. It was a good film. It's a good movie to watch if you haven't seen it, especially now during Halloween, just to kind of watch and get, there's no jump scares. I can tell you right now, you're not going to be scared like that. It's one of those suspense thrillers like, okay, is she going to find her friend? If she does find her friend, what's going to happen next? That kind of film, but it's not to the level that it's going to get your heart racing and go, oh my God, shit, she's going to get killed. None of that. I'll tell you right now, I didn't feel like that personally because I've seen other movies that have done it well, that more better than this one, but I think you should still check it out. If you're an Amber Heard fan or not or whatever, or a Karl Urban, you can watch it. It's a decent film. It's not the greatest. It's not the best thing you'll see under the sun, but just give it a try. I gave it a try. I'm not going to say it's a shit movie either. So there you go, guys. That is my review on And Soon the Darkness, starring Karl Urban, Amanda Heard, and Odette Yisman. Hope you guys like that. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other reviews right here on the Movie Throne. Check out podcast and new content that's coming your way weekly right here on YouTube. So until then, be the hell good, and I'll see you guys very soon.